We're gonna be safe and sound tonight.
The title of today's talk is Collectivist Thinking and How the Hive Mind Works. So this whole GameStop thing has me wondering a lot. There's so many people learning about stocks, so many people learning about short selling and all of these aspects of reality that have always really existed and always have been known. But all of a sudden there's that light bulb, and it's like a collective light bulb. And it seems there's a sizable percentage of the population who only ever has that light bulb turn on if everyone else kind of discusses the idea collectively or discusses the concept collectively, and then they all get their light bulb simultaneously. Whereas with individual learning, you can distance yourself from the collective whenever you want, and through the process of free will, you venture out on your own and you learn on your own. So these are the people who were buying Bitcoin in 2013 or earlier. These are the people that teach themselves how to code or teach themselves how to do CGI and all of those other very complex skill sets and complex ideas or collection of ideas. And if there's not this collectivist wave which rises up in the news cycle, then a significant portion of the population can never learn, can never understand, can never grasp what you're saying. It's never going to happen. They're not capable of learning unless everyone learns at the same time. And so arcology is never going to get this moment because the ruling class doesn't really want it to happen, and the tech giants don't want it to happen. And so arcology will be relegated to the minority, to that tiny individualistic minority who is able to step back and consider ideas outside of the hive mind and consider ideas outside of the collective. And thankfully, social media seems to allow the collective to kind of move more freely and move against the will of the ruling class, because for decades and decades and decades, as we were quote-unquote asleep, or as the collective was asleep, the ruling class was guiding the hive mind's thinking. It was guiding the hive mind's learning process. And so the vast majority of the human population was completely incapable of learning anything at all, anything of value at all, because the ruling class didn't want them to learn anything of value. And all of these seemingly unrelated events like the anti-vax movement and Occupy Wall Street and libertarianism, anarchism, even Trump, and now this GameStop movement of sorts is really a reflection of social media's ability to move the hive mind independently of what the ruling class wants, which gives great hope for arcology. But how do you make that shift? How do you make that wave? It's really a paradox. It's really this like this strange concept that you can't master. You can't will it into being. I mean, I can will the social contract into being. I can will arcology into being. But how do you will this mass global wave of hive mind realization across the entire world? It's bizarre, and it is unknown to me. Maybe, just maybe, all I have to do is flap my butterfly wings and it'll happen. Someday, one can hope. And then, on that fateful day, the masses can finally learn what arcology is and what arcology means for all of us moving forward. Thank you, and have a nice day.
It's over. Nobody wins.
If you want to see a new and better world come to fruition, as I do, then like, share, and subscribe. You can find an incredible amount of math, knowledge, and 3D renders by clicking on the channel name. And remember, we need you to help spread this vision across the internet for all to see and become familiar with. Let us build this new world together.